The biggest thing I struggle with is probably just like, I think telling people. I don't know, like of course my video's out there, it's on YouTube, so I think a lot of people know that I don't think now. I think that I'm just like afraid to tell people because it's, even though it's more commonly known now, it's always like the fear of what are they gonna think, right? So even when I told my best friends and when I told my girlfriend, because I think it's fair that they know I'm not gonna get into a relationship with someone, and then 5 months later be like, by the way. So like it's just scary for me because I've gotten to know these people and they don't know me fully. So what happens if this secret of mine changes what they think of me? So. My name is Austin Mocha. I am from Curtis, and I'm 16 years old. Some hobbies of mine are baseball, judo, volleyball, any sports really. I play guitar, drums, just hanging out with friends, family, whatnot. Life at school was good. I've always had a hard time because this has been my whole life. So growing up, it was a lot for the younger kids to process, just because I was a girl that looked like a boy. To me, being transgender, it's never like a bad thing. It's just someone who happened to be born in the wrong body. That's all it is, really. In my situation, I was born female, but in my mind, I've always been a boy. There's no point in me that ever was like, I'm female, I want to dress in your stereotypical young little girl's clothes or anything. I don't want to do ballet, or I didn't want to jump rope. I wanted to be out playing. My mom never ever forced anything onto me. I always got to pick what I wore, so I always picked the boys' clothes. Like I've always known. I had issues with my dad's side, with him saying it's just a phase and kind of not supporting it. But I had my mom, and I was with my mom more often than I have my siblings and everything. They were all good with it. And then my friends and my girlfriend, they're more than okay with it. I'm very open about it with them. As for the term transgender, I didn't know what it was till I was a little bit older, so I always considered myself a tomboy. My mom was the one that actually introduced like the term transgender, and she was the one that helped me get me into sick kids to start my process of all my hormones and everything. When I was in grade 9, I started testosterone, which was big for me because now I can start growing and start developing more what the guys that I'm the same age as, so that helped a lot. And then in this September I had top surgery, so it's a double mastectomy, and that's probably the biggest step I've taken so far, just because that's gotten me as far ahead as I can be.
I've known Austin for 10 years now, I think. We've been best friends for a long time. I mean, I guess you could say I wasn't surprised. I remember he asked me like if I could call him Austin, and it all kind of like came together, like it was all kind of right then. Like it all kind of just made sense.
Making the video was actually my oldest sister's idea, and she helped me a lot with the editing and putting my voiceover in it. I showed the people just at my school, and then of course it was on YouTube, so it was open to the public for anyone to see.
When he told me of the idea, I thought it was a really good idea, just because like in today's society it is so hard coming out. I've always been protective of Austin. There's been a few times where people will say things and I'm like, okay, like I wish I could step in and say something, but at the same time, not everyone's gonna accept it, and as much as it sucks, there's nothing I can do to change someone's opinion.
In judo, girls fight girls, boys fight boys, so I traveled down to Buffalo for a weekend tournament, and I happened to win the tournament, which was huge for me because like I know that I am fighting at the same level as the girl I'm fighting, even though I look like a boy. Her grandfather was very just upset. He was livid about it. He looked at the draw sheets, he talked to the head of the tournament, and then he took a few steps up the bleachers. I was obviously a lot smaller at that time, trying to look down my shirt just to confirm that I was a girl. But I always just assumed because of my situation that no one would see me as someone who's dateable. So my girlfriend, when she told me she liked me, it was like really big for me, and you know, just because I didn't know someone could love me for who I am, and that's big for me. I'm very open with her. She's more than accepting. So. So I got lucky. Yeah. So if I had to tell someone anything, it would just be find the core group that supports you, and you'll be fine. Coming out was probably one of the best things ever, just because it's me finally being who I want to be. Right? I'm no different than what I was 4 years ago, but now I'm just a happier, more true to myself version. Definitely find that group that has like support, whether it's your family, your friends, like teachers at your school. I got lucky and I had a lot of supporters, but some people don't have that. But there's always that one person out there that's going to support you, no matter what. So.
And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way. I go solo, oh I go solo, I'm making my